guys. I know, weird, but happy Sunday. We're going to do this tonight versus tomorrow because the Bring Back My Bar kit comes out tomorrow. Yes, I probably should have done this earlier than today. Life, all right? I'm pulling up my computer so that I can drop information in there. Are you having a good weekend? When we get done with this live, I'm going to try to tag people. When we get done with this live, you have to go watch my stories if we're friends because my world is crazy. If you looked, last night I had a daggone raccoon in my trash can right at my back door. Today, it's Attack of the Birds. Like, I cannot win. I cannot win with Mother Nature. All right. I know I can tag people on my phone, but I feel like I don't know how to do that. So just hang tight. Okay. I'm tagging a few of you who had mentioned that you wanted help with the Bring Back My Bars. That's all I can think of. That's all I can think of at this second. Okay. So, let's chat Bring Back My Bars. First of all, what are they? They're 25 retired cents, meaning that they have been gone for, if I remember correctly, 2 years or more. Now, okay, for real, we had these rules put in place as far as Bring Back My Bar voting rules and what can be voted on and how long. But I'm going to be honest, it doesn't quite feel like we follow the rules. I don't know because I don't track it, but technically the rules are they have to be gone for at least 2 years before you can vote on them. So if it just left, say, in the fall or last catalog, technically what we were told is it's not available to be voted on. Again, I don't know. The other rule is in June, the Bring Back My Bars are supposed to be spring and summer vibes. And then in December, they're going to be fall and winter vibes. But I'm going, again, to be honest, some of them, and we're not going to go over every scent because that's not what we're here for, some of the vibe, because I think there's a a pumpkin one. Perry pumpkin, I think. Not the whole vibe of them is spring and summer. So, again, those are just what the technical rules are. What we do in Cincy is just something totally different. But that's what they are. They are 25 retired cents brought back. I know. Hey. Those are what the rules are. That's what we were told. That was supposed to be what it was. But what we do is our own thing. We just do something else. But they are 25 retired cents. And they were voted on by consultants and customers. And I'm going to have to say, I really, truly think that the majority of the people who voted for them are consultants. I personally do not advertise about voting to customers too often. And why? I forget. It's just that simple because you only vote, I think it's 1 week. I think it's 1 week that we get to vote, maybe 2. I think one is like to narrow it down to the top 200 or something like that, and then we vote again. It's not very long. And it can be very, very overwhelming to customers when they go to vote and they see 5 million different scents. So I don't advertise it very, very hard. So I feel like consultants do the majority of the voting. But I don't know. I'm just speaking from my own experience. 25 retired cents. They're brought back for 1 month and 1 month only. They will be here June 1st and they will go away at the end of June. Now, let me look. Some years we've had it where once they sell out, they're out. We had that like once or twice. And again, another thing, it changes all of the time. So let me pull it up and see what it says this time. I really didn't pay any attention. let's see. The bundle. They'll be available June 1st for customers. Doesn't say. So I don't know. But we've only one time when we did offer it where it was stated that they're only available until the end of June or they sell out. Only one time did we ever have that happen, and it was 2 cents. It was Fuzzy Blanket and Grape Granada. Those were it. So again, is it that way? I don't know. But it doesn't happen very, very often, so it's not something that you really have to be concerned about. So don't worry about that. So that's what Bring Back My Bars are. Now, as a consultant on Monday, this Monday, you can purchase a kit, 2 of them, all right? One kit, they both a kit, the kit, buy 1, buy 2. It includes all 25 bars, 1 bar of all 25 bars. And dude, I made notes. You ready? I made notes. I never make notes. All right. Look at me being all professional and crap. The kit is $126. You are going to get 126 PRV from it. All right. You buy 2 of them, double that, and you're going to get that PRV. So if you need a way to be active, buy 2 kits. Here's the breakdown. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to break all of this down. So if you need to take notes, take notes. $126. That's what it's going to cost you. At 25% commission, you're going to earn $31.50 commission, making the kit $94.50. All right, which costs you $3.78 a bar. All right. So if you're like, I can't afford $126, that's fine. I'm breaking it down and showing you that it's not going to. Yes, up front it will, but you are getting it at a discount. You are getting commission on it, and you are getting it at a much cheaper price. All right. So that's the basics. $126. You're getting 126 PRV, $31.50 commission, making it $3.78 a bar. That's what it is. That's your option. Come Monday. Then let's break it down. What the hell do you do with this kit? Obviously, the first thing you do is sell it. Sell each bar. So if you sold each bar for $6, is that's what it's going to cost. We're not bundling and saving. We're going to say that you have that you have 25 people. You have 25 people and they all want 1 of each bar. We're living in that world. $6 a bar is going to cost you, was going to profit. It is going to net you, meaning you're going to get $150 for it. Okay. Cause you charged $6 per bar. So you're going to get $150 from it, meaning that you made a profit of $55.50, right? Because 150 minus your 94.50 is 55.50. Is that making sense now? So if you sell each bar, that's what the profit you're going to get. The odds of you, let's be real, the odds of you selling each bar, 1 bar, 6, all 25 of them, pretty slim doing it that way. You could, but there's always like 4 or 5 bars that everybody hates. It's just facts. It just is. So, but that's an option. Another thing that you can do with these bars is samples for your club people. Do you have to do exclusive VIP, exclusive club samples? No. Can you? Yeah, of course. Like, go ahead and do them. Do you have to again? No. Some people do, some people don't. It depends on your way of thinking about what club is. But if you want, send samples to your club people because they're more inclined to add these bars to their club because they already have a club. Make sense? They know what club is. They know how it works. They know the benefits of it. So they are more inclined to take and smell a bar and add it to club versus somebody who does not know what club is. So it could be beneficial to you to send samples out to your club people. Does that mean all 25? Does that mean 5? Does that mean 10? Does that mean you ask the club people, yo, what scents would you like a sample of? That is 100% up to you and how you want to do things. This is just a suggestion. All right. If you do mystery boxes, you can totally put a sample in there. And something that I do is you can advertise that that sample is in there because you're not charging for that sample. Remember, samples have to be 100% free. So I tell my mystery box people, it's going to post here in a couple days that in my mystery box for June is a sample of all 25 Bring Back My Bars. The box is still going to cost the same amount. You're still going to get all your themed goodies plus the 25 samples. And I can say that because I'm not charging for it. And guess what? My box people usually increases by at least 5 to 7 people that month because they know they're getting all of those samples. Now, sure, they could just be sample hoarders and they just want samples and they're never going to order. It's 100% possible, but you don't know until you try, right? So mystery box people is something else you can do with the set. Hosts, that's another thing that I do. I tell my people that if you host in June, you're going to get a big deluxe sample, more on that in a minute, a big deluxe sample of all 25 Bring Back My Bars. Again, I can advertise this. This is a sample. I am not charging my host for anything. Now, if you said you're going to get a free $20 warmer, that's different. There's value in that. This has essentially no value because it's a sample. How you do that sample, we'll talk about it in a little bit, but you can totally try to get hosts by saying, if you host in June, I will send you a box, a pack, or whatever, of all 25 Bring Back My Bars so that you can share them with your friends and families and coworkers and bum on the corner if he has money. All right? So that's another thing that you can do, and again, that you can advertise that you do that. You don't want to advertise or post, hey, club people, look for your Bring Back My Bar sample. You can. I think it seems weird, but you totally can. If you want to, you can, because again, it's a sample and you're not charging for it. Okay? But just be prepared that if you do something like that and you state that it is for your club people, you are going to get messages and comments about, well, how can I get it? How can I get it? So have a backup as to how they can get it. My people know, because I've been doing it this way for years, my people know the only 2 ways you're going to get a sample is host or the mystery box. Because I only do club people if I have leftovers. Like, you know how we all have those bars that are sitting around and it's got like 2 cubes in it? I just hate those. Like, I have so many of those. So my host and my host and mystery box people get samples first. Then if there's anything left, my club people get those. And then if there's anything left after that, they go my thank yous. My goal, get rid of all 2 sets. I buy 2 sets. Go live. Dude, go live. I know y'all are scared of it, but don't be. Go live. But do not go live with all 25 at once. I used to do that, and it was like an hour-long live. Nobody loves you to watch you an hour. It's just the facts. Nobody loves me. I don't even think my own husband would watch me for an hour. So nobody loves you enough to watch you for an hour. So break it down. Do 5 a day. Do 6 a day. Do 2 a day. Break it down. But be consistent. That's the biggest part, is remembering, like, okay, I did these 5 today, I still have these 20 to do. Or I did these 3 today, I still have these 22 to do. Like, figure out a system, but go live with them. Go in your stories and go hands-free or live, or however you want to say it. Do it in your stories. 4 slides when you use hands-free on Instagram is 4 slides, okay? How many cents can you get done in 4 slides? I personally can do 2. So my goal is to do 2 bars every single day in my stories until I've went through all 25. So those are, okay, we've got sell the bars, club samples, mystery box samples, host samples, go live in your stories. All right. Those, so right there are 6 things that you can do so far with the Bring Back My Bar kit. What else? Open house. Have an open house. Clean up your house. Go to the park. Open your trunk. Go to a restaurant. Go to a bar. Go somewhere, or have people come to you and be like, yo, got 25 cents. Who wants to get together and smell them? It does not have to be fancy. It does not have to be spectacular. It doesn't have to be amazing. I used to meet people all over the place. I would go to their house. I met Rachel on our team, Rachel Williams. Her and I would go to McDonald's and we would grab lunch and we would smell the Bring Back My Bars or smell the new testers. I've went to a park before. She was like, my kids are going to be playing at the park. You want to meet me at the park? Yeah, sure, whatever. Meet people. Get face to face with people. Or have people over. And on top of the Bring Back My Bars, you can then show them all the other things that you have. It's not hard. And again, don't overthink it. Do not think that you have to have snacks and hors d'oeuvres and drinks and goodie bags and all of the things. You don't have to do that if you don't want to. Literally just, hey, I'm going to be around from 4 to 6 tonight. I don't really have anything going on. Anybody want to come over and smell to bring back my bars? And if somebody comes, cool. If nobody comes, who cares? You're at your house. Easy peasy, right? So there's another option. All right. Here's a big one. Let me make sure I explain it right. So another superstar director, Morgan Kiefer. I think she's a superstar. She might be only a star director, but anyway, somebody above me, Morgan Kiefer. This is what she does. She sells, so like I do a mystery box. Hers are called a wickless mailer. That's what she calls hers. And she charges $10 a month for hers. That $10 includes one full-size product, tax and shipping. So she can advertise it exactly like that. She can say, hey, this month's wickless mailer is $10. It'll have one full-size product plus tax and shipping are included. Tax and shipping are included. All right. And she charges $10. So when she does Bring Back My Bars, when it's Bring Back My Bar month, she takes, so there's 25 cents. She takes 5 of them and sets them to the side, and her goal is to sell 20 of them. All right. Those 20 cents, she's going to sell 1 bar because it's $6 for the bar. Right? So that gives her $4 for shipping and tax. Shipping should cost you around $3.35 usually for a 1 bar, give or take. So then the rest of it is tax. Everybody's going to get 1 mystery bar, and they don't get to pick, it's a mystery bar, but they're going to get 1 Bring Back My Bar of one of the 20, and then 5 samples of the 5 she set to the side. So that person is going to get 6 different scents of the Bring Back My Bars to smell. Now, let's see. So $10, 5 samples. Okay, so if you would sell, I did it. I did the math, people. I did it. I can't promise it's right, but I did it. If she sells 20 of the bars, remember 5 are for samples, she made $120. That's what she made. And her profit is $25. Now, okay, so say you were literally out nothing to try it, right? Make a cute graphic, explain what you're doing, and post it. That's it. That cost you $0, right? That cost you $0 to try. So say you do that and, you're like, well, I only sold 4. All right. Then you have 2 options. You either still buy the kit so that you still have all of the other scents that you can do all of the other things with, or you wait until the 1st and you buy the 4 that you need. Those are your 2 options. But either way, you got some freaking PRV, right? You either got the kit PRV or you got your 4 bar PRV. Either way, you're not out anything. You're literally not out anything for trying. So that is an option. If you want more information on that option, let me know. She does a really great video and explains how she does it. But again, you are out nothing to try that option. Obviously, it's kind of last minute to do it and the kit comes out tomorrow. But more on that. Try it anyway. Again, you're not out anything. So, page 1 of notes. All right. Another thing that you can do is a family challenge. Yasha does this with her and her husband. Casey just did this with regular bars, catalog bars, to try to fill up an incentive circle for wax and warmers. Something you can do, and I do it. Sometimes I do. My people are older and they just whine and complain and it's not worth the headache anymore. But have everybody smell and have everybody create a 6-pack. And then have a battle of the 6-packs. Whose 6-pack can sell the most, which is kind of tricky because not everybody's going to like the same 6-pack as somebody else. Or you can just do it as straight, who sells the most bars from their 6-pack. Like, Jeremy's 6-pack had, 6 bars sell somehow, some way, and Tyler's had 3. Who had the most? And then make it fun. The winner gets to dump water on my head, pie in the face. Make it something fun. Don't just say, let's see who wins. That's boring as hell. Nobody cares. What is the benefit to your customer for buying that 6-pack or helping that person? If there is no benefit to that person, like they're enjoying something out of it, they're not going to do it. So if you're like, whoever's 6-pack gets the most purchases, individual purchases, whatever, like I said, they get a pie, they get to pie me since I'm the consultant, or water or something, and I will go live while they do it. Make it exciting for your customers, for them to want to do it. So that's something. Oh, that's fun. Yeah, I think you have to have a prize of some sort. Otherwise, there's no benefit. If there's no benefit to your customer other than the fact that they're getting bars, it's kind of lame. So I think you kind of have to have some sort of a prize somehow, some way. Another thing you can do is Bring Back My Bar bingo, and you can do this a few different ways. You can post it in your VIP group, and you can do it as say, if a customer purchases a bingo, up and down, diagonal, back and forth, if somebody purchases a bingo, I'll give you a little extra something. Again, don't say what. We'll figure that out if you get one. And you can do it if I sell one of all 25 of these bars, I will dump water on my head, or I will do a pie in the face, or I will do something like that, again, to encourage your customers to buy, because then you can update them, like, all right, I have these 2 spots left, or I have these 4 spots left, you know what I mean? Like, that encourage, like, oh crap. People then have a tendency to want to buy because it's something fun to watch. But again, you have to be willing to have some sort of a reward for your customers and be okay with like a pie in the face or water or an egg on the head or something like that. You have to be okay with that. It's not a big deal, but I know some of you are not comfortable with that. So, all right. Another thing you can do with the kit is come up with what's called a bar menu, where you list all 25 cents and you allow people to pick 5 or 6 cents to sample, and then you mail it to them. I would do no more than 5 or 6 because we can make those 1 stamp samples. All right, and we'll explain that in a little bit. You can do this in like a Jot form or a Google form. If you've been around, my people hate those, so this benefits me none. You could do it in a poll in your VIP group if you wanted to. You just kind of got to track what everybody picks, and you can allow them to pick their samples, and then you would mail them the samples. It's going to be, that one is going to be a lot of work because you're going to be making a lot of individual samples of different things. You may have one that only wants this one and like 32 people that want the same one. So that one's going to be a little bit harder and a little bit more labor intensive, but on the flip side of that, you are giving the samples that the customer particularly wants. So it's just however you want to run things and figure it out. So those are some options of things that you can do with the Bring Back My Bars. The breakdown of what the cost is of the Bring Back My Bars, your PRV, how much each bar costs so that you can see the discount, a way to make money. Now all of these samples that you're sending out, be it club, hosts, mystery boxes, a sample bar, all of these, a big key to this is you have to, say it with me, you have to follow up with them. You have to. You're going to follow up with them like 7 days before the end of the month, 8 days, 10 days, something like that. I would do no more than 10 days, no less than 7. Follow up with them. Hey, I just want to let you know, just a friendly reminder, those samples that I sent you, you have 3 options. You either A, stock up now because they're going to leave in 10 days. B, you throw them in a club so that you'll get it forever and ever, amen. Or 3, you just skip it and we move on. Either way is totally cool. I just don't want you to come back at me and be like, oh, she didn't tell me it was leaving. All right? You have to do that. Follow up on these things is humongous. And do not forget to add in the part about club. Oh, you guys need to really understand and utilize club. My goal, and I've hit it, is to have at least 200 a month in PRV from club. My next goal is 500 a month PRV just from club. Think about it. If you have 200 PRV just from club alone, and say you normally get like 350 PRV monthly, that's $550 PRV monthly, and you didn't even have to work hard for 200 of it. It's so important. It's so easy. It's what they call beach money. It's because you're literally sitting on a beach making money because you didn't have to do anything to get that. You did all of the work back there. This is residual income. So when you're following up on all of those samples, 3 options: stock up now before it leaves. Let's get it in club so you get it forever and ever, and then you explain what club is, because more than likely You're not telling your people what club was. You're not explaining it. You're not saying the benefit of it, or you're saying it in a way that your people don't understand. All right? Or you tell them, that's all right, we skip over it. Because you want them to know that they don't have to purchase. So you have to follow up in regards to all of those samples you sent out. So have a log. Whatever you did, you need to make sure you've kept track of it. Did you send it to club? If so, make sure you have a list of your club people. If you did it to hosts, make sure you follow up with those hosts and you have a list of it. If you did it through mystery boxes, make sure, again, you have a list of who all got your mystery boxes so you know who to follow up with. If you did a menu bar, same thing. Who got it and what sense did they get? All right? If you go to the article in the news tab, there is a, if you liked this, you will like this comparison. This is a big thing because what you can do is run a report. We've talked about running reports a million times. One, there is already a Bring Back My Bar report. It might not be regenerated yet, but it should be. If you've been around for at least 2 years, I would say a year, because again, Scentsy is Scentsy. If you've been around for at least a year, run a report and see if any of the Bring Back My Bars are on a report from customers who have ever purchased them since you've been a consultant. Run that report, all right? And then follow up with them. I just wanted to let you know the scent French toast that you ordered in the past has returned. Again, no pressure. I just wanted to let you know. It's here for 1 month and 1 month only, and then drop it, okay? Because you don't be weird. Another option is that if you liked this, you'll like this. Go and run the if you liked this. You know, it'll have on there, I think it has like Cloudberry Dreams and I don't remember what other ones. That's the only one I can think of. It's going to tell you since that if you liked this, you're going to like one of these Bring Back My Bars, and it matches them. Run it. Run the report. And yes, is it going to be time consuming? 100%. But you don't know until you try. Do not come at me and be like, I don't know what I'm doing. I can't get sales. Nobody's buying from me. I'm trying everything. And then I say, did you go live? And you say, no. Did you run reports? No. Did you do follow-up? No. Don't come at me with that, okay? Run the report. Run Cloudberry Dreams. Run whatever the heck other scents are on there for the current scents that if you like. Run those. And then tell those people, hey, I know this is random and weird, but I just wanted to let you know. Yeah. You got it. You run the report and you look and you're like, okay, totally random, totally understand that, but I just wanted to let you know the scent, whatever, insert here, and you like it because you've ordered it. There's a scent in the Bring Back My Bars that is very, very similar to it called, would you like a sample? Would you be interested? Or I just wanted to let you know. You know, for instance, you know, the scent White Amber and Teak. You love it. You've ordered it 3 times. I just wanted to let you know in June, the scent Blonde Wood and Moonflower is coming out. It's going to be available for the 1 month, but it's very similar. So I thought you might like a sample of it. Is that okay if I send you a sample of it? Ain't nobody going to be like, no, don't send me a sample. Like, ain't nobody going to say that. But it's also a way. Sure, could you be wasting your time and money? 100%. 100%. But you don't know until you try, right? So you can send them that scent, and then you can send them other scents too. Just make sure you send them that one. All right? The more people that you get these scents to and get it under their nose, the more inclined you are to have sales. Now, I could tell you all of this, and you could try every single one of these items and still get no sales. It happens. Not everybody is into these like exclusives or very short time type of things. That's okay. That is 100% okay. That does not mean you failed. You still tried all of the things. You can only say you failed if you didn't try at all. And then you're like, I ain't getting any sales. Well, you didn't try. So try it. Again, advertising for mystery boxes or the wickless mailer option costs you $0. Yes, you'll have to buy the kit. You don't have to buy it on the first. We'll talk about that in a minute. I mean, you don't have to buy it tomorrow, and we'll talk about that. But it costs you nothing, right, to advertise it. Having an open house, saying that you're going to have an open house. Like, hey, if I was to have an open house with all the Bring Back My Bars, who would come? Costs you nothing. Not until you have to buy it, right? Running a report doesn't cost you anything. That's free. All of that stuff is free that you can do. Now. Do it now. All right? Now, my 2 cents on the kit. Then we'll talk about samples. My 2 cents on the kit are as follows. One, it's a no-brainer for me. I've purchased the full kit ever since it first came out when I was a consultant. I've never once missed it. Have I been stuck with bars? 100%. Have I been stuck with partial bars? 100%. But if I can't smell it, I can't sell it. Just because somebody says it smells like Cloudberry Dreams doesn't necessarily make me think I will smell it that way. My customers know how I smell things. My customers know how Tyler smells things. He's never even been on camera, but they know that he only likes food scents. It has to smell straight like food, straight like a donut, straight like blueberry cheesecake, or he ain't having it. They know that Jeremy does not like anything with caramel in it. So if there is even a pinch of a caramel smell, he ain't having it. My customers know these things, and they will 100% base their purchases on my family all the time. I have people be like, tell Casey to pick me out a 6-pack because I like the way she smells things. I have a customer who will buy things because if I like it, she knows that she's going to like it because we have the same sense of smell. But if I don't have that kit, I can't do that. So for me, it's a no-brainer. But I also send out in my mystery boxes. I also send it out to my club. I send it out to host, and I do all of the things. I purchase it right away tomorrow. And the reason I do that is so I have time to prep. I want all of the samples made, organized, and all of the stuff ready before the 1st, if they're here before the 1st. Fingers crossed. But I don't want to be scrambling at the very last moment. And starting on June 1st, I go live. Unless for some reason I don't have them. I think last year they were a tiny bit delayed. But I go first live right away on the 1st with 5 cents. I break the 5 cents down in my VIP group in a post, and I go live later that evening with those 5. And I do that for 5 days. So I hit the ground running right away on the 1st. My personal opinion is if you purchase this any later than the 20th, you might as well wait until the 1st of next month because you're not really going to get it that much earlier. You may get it on the 1st or the 2nd. So, I mean, that's up to you. It depends on how you run your business. 100% how you run your business. If you get it on the 1st, if you're like, I'm going to wait until the 1st, I want you to truly, truly think about that. Because if you order it on the 1st, you're more than likely not going to get it until like 9th or 10th. And then you have to make all your samples. You have to get them out to people. You're now looking at 12th or 13th maybe. And then you've got to deal with the mail. So people might not get their samples until around close to the end of the month. I don't like to wait until the end of the month for anything. My month ends usually around the 20th. Once the 20th hits, I'm not focused on this month. My goals are met. My PRV is met. Everything is done, and I'm focused on the next month. So that's up to you. It's something that you really, truly need to think about. I'm not saying don't get it. Just think about it, and would it be beneficial to order it in the beginning? Order it now. But again, 100% up to you. You do you and figure it out. And if you want to chat about it, let me know. Another option, and this is for leaders and leaders only really, if you are a leader and you have a team, you can reach out to your team and ask them if they would like to go in on a set of the Bring Back My Bars. And this means you would split the set with your teammates. Now, there are rules and regulations with this one. You can only charge for the product. So $126 is what the kit's cost is. If there's only 2 of you, you and one other person, then you need to split the cost directly in half. And then you need to make sure that they get 4 cubes and you get 4 cubes. You need to split it directly in half. You may not charge, you can charge them for shipping if it has to ship, but you cannot charge for supplies or time. You have to keep it fair and square, all right? And my opinion is if you are the leader and you are the consultant that's going to be breaking everything down and bundling it up and shipping it out, you get the PRV. If you do not like that option, if you're like the other teammate and you're like, I don't like that option, then buy your own kit. Sorry, I don't mean to be mean, but you don't want to pay for your own full kit. You ain't going to get the PRV. Don't complain. So that is an option. I used to do that option for the team. It is a lot of work depending on how many people that you have. So, but again, it is an option. If you have 3, split it in 3. If you have 4, split it in 4, but just make sure that you keep everything as even as you possibly can. Do not charge for time. Do not charge for supplies. You can only charge for the product, tax, and shipping, and split everything directly down the middle or in thirds or fourths or however many people you need to do it for. Okay? That is another option. That one's really only for leaders. If there's a whole bunch of you like certified consultants that want to get together and do it, that's fine. You just need to be okay with whoever's going to do it. All right? Have a meeting of the minds and figure it out, but that's up to you. Got it? Oh, my legs are too long. Samples. Casey had asked about samples. What's the easiest way? I do not make felt samples for Bring Back My Bars. I do not have the time nor the patience to do that business. It is too much work because you got to take the cube. You got to melt it down. You got to make the felt. You got to clean the dish. You got to, no, I ain't doing that. I cut tiny slivers. No joke. No crinkle cut. No, I take a knife. I have one knife. I don't even know where I got it from. Like some super duper really sharp knife. It's just a steak knife or a paring knife, but it's only ever been used for wax. So it's like super sharp. And I literally just cut off tiny slivers of a cube. All right. This is a sample. That's the key. This is a sample. The ones that I'm going to mail, that's what I'm talking about. The ones that I'm going to mail out in a 1 stamp is going to be a tiny sliver that smooshes. And then I'm going to stick a piece of felt in there so that if it melts in the mail, the wax will absorb into the felt and not make a mess. Sliver, piece of felt. That's it. Okay. And then I'm going to make a card. I'm going to make a rack card. I'm going to make something like that that's going to list the scents on it. And I'm going to tape the sample to each scent so I don't even have to do a label. That's what I'm going to do to anybody that I'm going to mail out with 1 stamp. This is how I did the rainbow collection. This is how I did the bricks. This is how I did the summer collection. 1 stamp, sliver, tiny sliver. Do not think, oh, I'm not giving them enough. You only need a teeny tiny bit. This is not free will, willy-nilly, here's a whole entire flippin' cube, okay? This is 1 stamp samples in the mail. And you can do about 5 on a rack card. And again, I'm going to make a rack, and you don't even have to make it fancy. You can write on it if you want. You know, French toast, you're my only sunshine, the blonde wood one, what else, okay? You can just write on there and then tape the sample to each one. That's it. No label. No sealing it closed. I do not use the baggies that have the zipper, like the Ziploc top, because that's an extra bubble within the mail. And they don't like that. So I don't use those either. That's what I do for the mailing samples. Now, my mystery boxes and my host boxes, I'm already sticking them in a box, right? So I don't even care how big they are. Again, I'm going to take a cube, I'm going to slice it in 4ths. Honestly, I'm going to kind of add up. Do I have 20 mystery boxes and 3 hosts? I'm going to see how much I have going on. And then, sadly, I'm going to do math. And see, can I get away with 4ths? Or will I not have enough? Can I get away with halves? Do I not have enough? Hosts are going to get my biggest sample. Mystery boxes are going to get the next. Club, small, thank you, smaller. That's my hierarchy of sizes. So hosts are going to get at least a 1/4 cube sample, if not a 1/2 cube sample, and it is just going to get cut. That's it. Cut. No crinkle. I don't own a crinkle cutter. It is a daggone steak knife, and I'm going to cut it. That's it. It's going to go in the little baggie. I'll tell you how I'm going to label them. Makes it so simple too. And it's just going to get thrown in the box. Host box or mystery box, it's just going to get thrown in there. That's how that is going to work. And again, I'm going to do math. I'm going to see, because my goal is to get rid of both sets. I buy both sets because I average for Bring Back My Bar months, I average 25 to 35 boxes. So I get 2 full sets. If you don't average that, then don't get that. You know, if you average 6 boxes, I can't do math. I can't do math in my head. That's 6 boxes. You know, if you wanted, that could be a whole cube per person, and that would still leave you with a couple. You could totally do that. Then your goal would be 2 hosts. That would get rid of your whole entire set right there, right? So do math and kind of think. You have to backtrack, think. How many boxes do you usually average? How many hosts do you average? Or how many boxes do you hope to have? And then how many hosts do you hope to have? If you're doing the wickless mailer option with the 1 bar, again, you're already shipping the product, right? You're already charging them to ship it. There's no need for felt. Slice that bad boy up, 4/4, 1/8. Nobody's going to look at it and be like, ugh, it's not a very big sample. And if they do, you don't need them as a customer. It is really that simple. Slice it up. My slices will be like crumbly and stuff. Nobody cares. Because 9 times out of 10, they do not stick that in their warmer. I know you want to think that they do, but they don't. I have watched it. I have been at my best friend's house, and she literally just opens it, toss, and that's it. And I will give that bitch a half a cube. And I'll yell at her and be like, girl, put that in your warmer. And she's like, oh, yeah, I forget. Most of the time, people don't. They just smell it and put it to the side. So don't worry if your sample is like a whole bunch of crumblies or anything like that. Do not overthink it. Truly do not overthink it. Stick the felt in there also, because we are getting into the hot season. And so that if it does melt in the mail, the felt will absorb the wax, and then they get a felt sample. Pretty smart. So just kind of backtrack and think, if you need one set or 2 sets, what is your plans with them? What are you going to try to do? What do you hope to do with them? And then figure it out from there. If your goal is 1 host and 4 boxes, that's 5 cubes. You only need 1 set. That leaves you 3 that you can then use to sample out and thank yous. You could still meet people with 3 cubes. You could still go live with 3 cubes. You could still go stories with 3 cubes, right? If you're going to use more than that, then start counting and figure it out. If you need help, shout. The way that I label my samples, I started doing it last year, and my customers loved it. Absolutely loved it. They said it was so much fun. Is numbers. It's like a game. So only the mystery box people and hosts get it this way, because if you're getting a 1 stamp sampler, it's going to be taped onto each one of your scents, right? These are the people who are going to get all 25 samples. What I do is every scent is a number. So You Are My Sunshine is going to be number 3. All right. And then French Toast is going to be number 20, whatever. Assign a number to each scent. Make an answer key. Make it a little like business card size, so then you can print off like 10 per sheet. And then label the bars with a number. No scent descriptions, no names, just a flippin' number. That's it. Then you print off the answer key. You also send the Bring Back My Bar description card that I already posted in the group. You send that card with them. You send the answer key taped to the back, folded and closed. All right. Descriptions, answer key, folded and closed, and you send them the box full of 25 samples with only numbers on it. And you tell them, all right, your job, guess how many, figure it out, how many, write it down, and then tell me how many you got right. That's it. They ate it up last year. I have never gotten so much response back from boxes. Like I get, oh my God, I love this box, things like that. But then I had so many people say, I really loved doing that. That was so much fun. Or they were like, man, are you sure? I had so many people go like, are you sure this answer key is right? I swear this one was this. Are you sure? And then if they're really, really good at it, that's a join conversation. Dude, you got 20 out of 25 right. You should really be doing this because you have a great nose. Easy peasy join conversation right there, right? And then you also write them down on your conversation tracker, because you're going to want to touch base with them again. Even if they say no now, you're going to want to touch base with them again. Future, like, remember when you were really good? You sure you don't want to join? We have a join special coming up. No brainer. And it makes it so easy because you only have to print out labels, or you only have to write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 to 25 on it. That's it. It goes so much faster. I started doing this last year, did it twice last year, and it was amazing. It was fun. It was a blast. The only complicated part is making sure that you match your answer key with your bars. So I kept one answer key open, and I did one number at a time. So number 1 was, you know, let's say French toast. I did all of my number 1s for all 30 some samples I needed. And then I did number 2s, whatever it was, and kept it that way so that I could kind of keep it organized. But that makes a very easy, quick way to sample, easy, quick way to label them also. Something else you can do felt if you want. Another option is tiny little testers. I use those for like body cream samples. Those are not hard to do. You'll quarter your bar, a cube. You'll quarter 1 cube, and then you take the 1/4 and you cut it in half. Then you're going to stick the 2 pieces in one of the little testers. And then what I did was stuck it in a pie pan, like a pie tin, and then stuck the pie tin over boiling water, and they melt down really quick. The only downfall of this is it is a lot. You need a lot of the tiny little testers, and then you need to have tiny little, I think it's like a 1/2 inch label to stick on the lid of the testers, but you can get quite a few out of it. You can get, because if I remember, I have to look, it might not be that, I think you go to a 1/4, and then you cut the 1/4 in half, and then you cut it in half again. So I think you can get 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 16 testers out of 1 cube or something like that. Like, it's a ridiculous amount of testers out of 1 bar, but they are a tiny bit labor intensive, but they do look really cute and really professional. It just depends on what effort you want to put into it. So that's an option. Felt's an option. Kringle cut is an option. Literally slice it with a knife is an option. That's the one I do. I don't do this with scent of the month though. I do melt my scent of the month down because that's only 1 scent. Big ones like this, it's literally a slice. With the goal is they're super flat. So you have to think like a deli thin slice is what you're sending, because you want it flat in that mailer. And then this is what I do. I don't know if it works. Stick it in between 2 pieces of paper. So if you're sending out a monthly mailer, you'll probably have a brochure in there, and then you might have like your rack card, or you're going to have at least the bring back my bar description card. Stick it in between the 2 of them, right? Because then that kind of sort of like smushes out any bumps that you may have. They can't quite feel it, and it sometimes helps. Again, everybody's post office is different. So that's just my opinion. That's what I do. I don't know if it works, but that's what I do. So does anybody have any questions? That's how I do mine. I do buy 2 sets. I do go through 2 full sets. I do all of the things that was suggested, except for I don't have an open house, but I will meet up with people. I don't do the mystery bar wickless mailer because I already do a monthly box. Sometimes I do the family challenge, but not so much anymore because my family are teenagers and they don't care. I don't do the sample bar because I already send samples. I do run a report. Sometimes I do the bring back my bar bingo. I don't sell the bars because I use all 2 sets for samples. So, but again, remember, I've been at this for a while. I've been at this since 2016. My customer base is much, much bigger than your customer base, and that's totally fine. Not all of your guys' customer base, but my customer base is bigger than a lot of your guys' customers base, and they know what to expect. You know what I mean? They've been around a while. They know. I already have people who signed up for the Bring Back My Bar box in December of last year. They were like, make sure when you do this box again, I'm in on it. I'm like, okay. So I already have people signed up. It's just the way it works. I had hosts, the same thing. I already had hosts lined up for June because they knew it was Bring Back My Bar month. So again, don't get frustrated. It's just certain things that you learn and you gotta see what works. This isn't going to work for everybody. These are just things that I have accumulated over time that have worked for me or worked for other consultants, but everybody's business is different. All right. But you're out nothing to try, right? You're out nothing to offer them to hosts. You are out nothing to offer, hey, if I do an open house, So anybody want to come over? You're not out anything to be like, hey, if I purchase the Bring Back My Bar kits, does anybody want to get together for coffee or lunch? My treat, we'll meet up and we'll smell the scents. You're not out anything for trying that, right? Just be okay that if somebody says yes, then you need to buy the daggone kit, right? It costs you nothing to advertise the wickless mailer. $10 gets you 1 bar. That includes tax and shipping and 5 samples. It's a mystery. It's going to be one of the Bring Back My Bars. And then you can ask them, like, if you had your choice, which one would it be? You know, doesn't mean you're going to get it. Like, that's how, because if everybody wants the same bar, you're screwed. But you could say, if you had a choice, which one would you be? And then you could send that if you had it available. But make sure you say, it might not be that one. I just want to know. That's an option too. But again, if somebody says yes, they want it, then you have to decide, do I buy the full kit? Or do I buy 6 bars on the first? Because you're telling them they're going to get 1 bar and 5 samples. So you have to buy 6 bars on the first, or you have to buy the kit. You have to be okay with one or the other, right? So if you have 3 people who want a wickless mailer, you're going to need 3 bars plus 5 bars for samples. So that's when you got to kind of figure out what is the better option for your business bottom line. Is it better to just go ahead and bite the bullet and get the kit, or is it better to just buy the bars? All right. If you need help running a report, let me know. If you need to brainstorm ideas, let me know. And then let me know. Are you buying a kit? Are you not buying a kit? Are you buying 1 kit? Are you buying 2 kits? What are you buying? We are only allowed as a consultant to buy 2 kits. So that is going to be 252 PRV tomorrow. I will have 252 PRV tomorrow because I will be buying 2 kits. I will also then be getting $67 in commission for it, just to break it down so you guys can kind of see what it's at, making it, I truly don't know. It would be the same, $3.78 a bar. So I think that's it. If you have any questions, please, please, please reach out to me. I am not a mind reader. I am not a mind reader. Dude, I don't even know how to use my own brain half the time. I am not a mind reader. I do not know if you have questions unless you ask me those questions. If you are uncomfortable commenting here about a question, send me a text. Send me a private message. I do not send you text just for my health. It is literally to help you guys. So if you have a question, text me. I understand that sometimes that is a much more comfortable way to do things because you're not in front of all of these people. Even though we are all friends and family, it can be intimidating. So reach out. No question is a dumb question. The only dumb question is the ones that you don't ask because you didn't ask them. Ask me all the questions. All right. And that's it. I will not see you guys tomorrow because you guys listened to me yibber yab for long enough tonight. And I will see you guys next week or at some other point. All right. Bye. Have a good rest of your Sunday.